Let's say China.
China.
China. China.
There are no storm movers, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
You go over to China.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Trump statement, tweeting out insults to Angela Merkel. What's he doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host.
Yes, it is me, James Andrews, and you are listening to So This Happened, possibly, and if you believe my friend John, the only news you will need today. It is Tuesday, the 30th of May, 2017, and as you know, Tuesday is the worst day of the week. This week, even worse, because this Tuesday is pretending to be a Monday. I hope every one of you out there had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Hope the weather cooperated, and if you had a barbecue, hope you enjoyed it. We're going to start off today right in Washington, where it looks like the White House is in the midst of maybe a staff shuffle. Mike Dupke, the White House communications director, quit today. Apparently he actually quit before Donald Trump went on his European vacation, but said he'd hold off announcing it until Donald returned. Now, the White House press secretary, our friend Sean Spicer, will reportedly hold on to his job. So well done, Sean, because there was a little bit of a moment there where it was a bit, is he going to get fired? Is he not? Is he? Isn't he? All of that. But anyway, there are going to be fewer media briefings, which is... it's really sad, because I always enjoyed watching Sean every day, and that's part of Donald Trump's whole stand now against what he is calling the fake press, which is apparently everybody who has a pen. Literally everybody who has a pen is now the fake media. And this is all coming at a time when reportedly Donald Trump is very upset about all the leaks that are coming out of the White House and the whole continuing Russian collusion investigations into him and his campaign. And in other exciting news this weekend, Tiger Woods arrested under suspicion of a DUI. Now, it turns out today that the Jupiter Police, which is where he was arrested down in Florida, said that he was found asleep at the wheel of his Mercedes-Benz with the engine running and the lights on and turn signal doing whatever a turn signal does. It turn, it indicate, it flashes. His turn signal was flashing. Now, when the police awoke him, his speech was slurred. He was sort of sounding like I am today, actually, which is very discombobulated. He did blow a blah, blah, blah. Oh, Jamesy, come on, mate, come on. He blew into a breathalyzer, and I'm still not saying it. Fuck it. He didn't. There was nothing there. It was a 0. He blew a 0 on the breathalyzer test, and they also tested his urine. Now, he's claiming that it was prescription drugs that he was taking because of a back operation that he had recently undergone, and it was making him a little bit loopy. And I have not taken any prescription medication today, and I am a little bit loopy as well. So, Tiger, fair enough. Probably true, mate. Carry on. And now I'll try to be a little bit more professional. Donald Trump today tweeted, this is what he said: the US Senate should switch to 51 votes immediately and get healthcare and tax cuts approved fast and easy. Dems would do it, no doubt. Okay, interesting. What Donald Trump is suggesting there is that, okay, shit is not going my way, so I'm just going to change the rules so that I win. Okay, and if you don't believe me, just listen to that, rewind, listen to that tweet again. He basically said, I'm not winning, so let's just change the rules so that I win. Now, democracy is a strange thing. What you have is people that argue different sides of the argument, and then they come to a consensus over, what would be best for the people. Donald Trump sort of just completely bypassing that and saying, no, I'm right. I know what the people want. I know what the people need. So just make it happen. And also in Donald Trump land, there is an epic battle going on with Germany now. I know, right? It's a bit weird when you think the US and Germany are having a little bit of a squabble. That's never happened before. But anyway, yes, Donald Trump tweeted out that he was a bit upset with Germany. What he in fact said was, we have a massive trade deficit with Germany. Plus, they pay far less, that was in capitals, that's why I yelled it out, than they should on NATO and military. Very bad for US. This will change. Now, if you're wondering where this hostility is coming from, all you have to do is look to Sunday, when Angela Merkel said this in a statement.
The times when we could completely count on others, they are over to a certain extent. I have experienced this in the last few days, and that is why I can only say that we Europeans must really take our fate into our own hands.
So there's Angela. Now, she didn't specifically mention Donald Trump, but she did make it very clear that that's who she was talking about when she said she'd come to this conclusion in the last few days, which is a time period which overlapped with a G7 meeting that Donald Trump was in attendance. And I think what this is showing is that world leaders are looking at Donald Trump's America and saying, okay, this is not the America that we have known for the last few decades. You know, Donald Trump's very slogan, "Make America Great Again," is something that we've never really seen before. It's definitely saying to the international community, we are putting us first. We are not going to be falling in line and doing anything to really help you out. So Angela Merkel coming out and saying, you know, we're on our own. We have to do this ourselves now. It's certainly a reaction to that. And if you look back at some of Donald Trump's statements over the past year, it's easy to see that. For instance, he said, when was the last time anybody saw us beating, let's say, China in a trade deal? They kill us. I beat China all the time. Okay, and when do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us, at our stupidity. And the US has become a dumping ground for everybody else's problems. So these world leaders are looking at these statements and the fact that Donald Trump is probably going to pull out the Paris Climate Accord now. They're looking, saying, okay, he is not going to play ball like all other American presidents have. And, you know, the international community has now become a community of the United States of America, and that's it. That's, I think, where the Angela Merkel's statement came from. You know, it's us now. It's, just us. So, of course, Donald couldn't leave there, and he shot off a tweet, directed at Angela in typical middle school fashion, which is what we have come to expect from our Commander-in-Chief. And now I would like to turn our attention to Jared Kushner. Well, actually, we're going to hold off for just a second because this is pretty exciting. But at the window, I see a face peering in. Yes, it's Trump Vader. He has returned from his European vacation and come in, mate. Hey, how the hell are you? Now, first, let me ask, did you have a nice trip?
Yes.
Great. And did you learn anything?
Yes.
Great. Would you like to share that with us?
No.
Okay. Okay, he just wants to read his tweet. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a week, Trump Vader with a tweet.
Russian officials must be laughing at the US and how our lame excuse for why the Dems lost the election has taken over the fake news.
Oh, okay, yes, the Dems excuse, huh? You really believe that? Do you believe that it's all fake news, Trump Vader? Is it that funny? It's that funny, is it? Okay, carry on. Okay. Alright. You finished? He's finished. Okay, good. Well, listen, he was here, so let's give Trump Vader his round of applause. Oh, it's a good one. Yeah, not bad, right? He's pleased with that. He's very pleased with that. He's off. Alright. See you tomorrow, Trump Vader. Alright. Goodbye. Okay. Anyway, back to Jared Kushner. And what I want to look at right now is just what has Jared done that is wrong? There is a lot of information out there on social media, in the regular news, CNN, NBC, Fox. Let's have a look at exactly what he has done and what are the possible legal ramifications for any actions he may or may not have taken. So, Jared Kushner, international man of mystery. The 35-year-old son-in-law of the President of the United States of America, who has been tasked by Donald Trump himself with an unbelievable amount of tasks. First up, to give the Middle East peace. That's right, Jared is going to solve the decades-long conflict in the Middle East. He's also in charge of government reform, particularly the opioid crisis management. He's also going to reform the criminal justice system. He is also the liaison to Mexico. He is also the liaison to China. And he is also, quite laughably, the liaison to the Muslim community. Wow. But what has Jared done with Russia? Now, the New York Times reported that Jared Kushner was trying to open a direct line to President Vladimir Putin from the White House, and that in mid-December, so just after Trump had been elected and when the whole transition was sort of in full effect, he had a meeting with a Russian banker, a Sergei Gorkov, who is a very close associate of Mr. Putin. Now, the two had a closed-door conversation. Now, since that has happened, questions have been raised as to what exactly was said in that meeting and what was the aim of it. The White House is claiming that the meeting came because Sergei Kislyak, the Russian ambassador to the United States, wanted to set the meeting up. However, there are some current and former American officials who are now saying that that meeting was actually set up so that Jared could establish a direct communication to Moscow outside of the normal diplomatic channels. So this already is looking bad for Jared, but then it gets even worse because on Friday, just this past Friday, the Washington Post reported that Mr. Kislyak had told his superiors in Moscow that Jared had proposed a secret channel and had suggested using Russian diplomatic facilities within the United States for the communications. Now, the White House has denied everything in this report, as you would expect, but it's just a very twisted web, and it keeps on going. Because during the Trump administration's first week, administration officials said that they were considering an executive order to unilaterally lift the sanctions which bar Americans from providing financing to and could limit borrowing from Mr. Gorkov's bank. So removing these sanctions would have greatly expanded the bank's ability to do business in the United States. Perhaps this is all just some strange coincidence, and Jared did nothing wrong. We don't know, and that's the point. We really don't know. Now, he is currently saying, I didn't know, I was naive in these things, but let's be quite honest here. I do not believe that anything that Jared Kushner does is naive. Say what you will about him. He is a smart man. He stays in the background, and you can kind of see the gears moving behind those shark eyes of his, and, to claim naivete, it just doesn't really hold much water to me. But just to prove that I am in fact fair and balanced, I will, mainly because Donald Trump tweeted about this, say what Fox and Friends said when they said Jared Kushner didn't suggest Russian communications channel in meeting, sources say. And, well, that's what the president tweeted. So, you'll have to wait and see. It's like a soap opera. It's fantastic. Anyway, listen, we are out of time, and thank you for tuning in today, and hopefully I will chat with you tomorrow. Remember, follow me on Twitter at @SoThisHappened. Take care and have a great evening. Bye-bye.
What's the point of exercise?